Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Shinyside and I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And as you can no doubt tell from the title, I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. I'm about 10 hours into it right now, and I guess I just wanted to give you guys some of my initial thoughts on the game and talk about why it's been such a solid experience so far. I'll most likely give a more in-depth take once I finish my playthrough, but for now, let's get started with Horizon Zero Dawn and why I'm loving this game so much. A lot of games today seem to be full of gloomy worlds, serious characters, and grim stories. And that's totally cool. Some of the best games ever made have incredibly dark themes. Let's face it, who doesn't enjoy being left emotionally scarred and full of despair? But I gotta say, it's so refreshing to play a game that maintains an upbeat and energetic vibe. I think a lot of this can be attributed to lead protagonist Aloy. At heart, she is adventurous, fun, and spirited. And along with her never say die attitude, it's really hard not to feel positive while playing through Zero Dawn. That's not to say that the game doesn't have its sadder and darker moments, because it does, but it never lingers on them for too long. If anything, it lingers for just the right amount. It does what it needs to do in order to progress the story and develop the characters. But before you know it, Aloy is back to her fiery self and she's ready to continue her journey. I don't know man, it's just a nice change of pace from most games, and I really appreciate that. So, for my first playthrough, I've been playing on the hard difficulty, and seriously, the combat in this game is unreal. It's tight, engaging, and thrilling. Every time I run into battle, it gets the adrenaline pumping. It never gets old. The machines move fast, and it's so much fun having to dodge around their attacks in order to create small opportunities where you can then target specific weak points in order to take them down. There's multiple ways to approach a fight. You can play more tactically by scanning your enemies with your focus, tagging them, tracking their paths, learning their weaknesses, setting up traps, and then watching your master plan unfold. Or maybe you want to take a more stealthy approach. There's plenty of long grass spread around the environment, which you can use to sneak up on your opponents to take them out quickly and silently. It's surprisingly satisfying. Obviously, I haven't finished the game yet, so I'm sure there's plenty of machines that I haven't encountered, but from what I've seen so far, there seems to be a pretty diverse range of enemy types, and each one of them requires a different approach of attack. This helps keep each fight fresh and exciting. You won't just be repeating the same thing over and over, but I think more than anything, I love that a battle can change in an instant. For example, you could be out hunting for a simple errand, and a sawtooth might decide to surprise you. You need to react quickly, because those things don't mess around, man. The game keeps you on your toes for sure. Yeah, the melee attacks can feel a little floaty, and the enemy human AI can be pretty stupid at times, but overall, this is some of the most fun combat I've experienced in quite some time. When it comes to me, a game doesn't have to be a graphical masterpiece for me to enjoy it. Hell, I play through Final Fantasy VII pretty much once a year, and that game looks more than a little outdated these days. What is important to me though is the animation quality. When a game has poor animations, it can break my immersion and enjoyment very quickly. However, when a game has great animations, it can enhance my experience so much. Fortunately, Horizon Zero Dawn has incredibly detailed animations, especially when it comes to Aloy. It's such a joy to watch her move throughout the environment. She rocks one of the coolest sprinting animations I've ever seen. She climbs up and down walls effortlessly, and the way she moves in combat looks so smooth and efficient. But it's the smaller details that impress me the most, like how she can lose her footing and slide down steep terrain, or when climbing steep terrain, she will often use her hands for extra support. She dives into water from heights, and when it starts snowing, she will reach out towards the sky. Or how about the fact that her movement speed can be varied so much? She can move as slow or as fast as you want her to. How many games have you played where your character only seems to have about 2 different movement speeds? So when you're following another character, it's impossible to match their speed. You either move too fast and go past them, or you move too slow and they get too far ahead. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. There's probably a bunch of other things she does that I can't remember off the top of my head. Either way, all these details add up, and they go a long way in making Aloy feel real. Horizon Zero Dawn does an excellent job of giving you a reason to care about its supporting cast. Every character, no matter how small, seems to have some kind of backstory, a reason for you to sympathise with or distrust them. And while the game might not have the tightest dialogue, it still manages to create genuine emotion, and this is what keeps me invested in all of the characters, yes, even the douchey ones. It's clear that the developers were passionate about the entire cast, from Aloy all the way down to the smallest of quest givers. So many games, especially open world ones, seem to lack this. I'm not going to point fingers, but in so many of them, I really couldn't give a damn about the side characters, because most of the time, they are so heartless and generic. Why would I want to help someone I don't care about, you know? Zero Dawn absolutely nails this. It has side characters and side quests that I care for. I'm happy to do even the simplest of fetch and kill quests because the characters give you a reason to want to help them. They all have a story, even if it's just a brief one. It's a good feeling to be enjoying all of the side content rather than slogging through it. Now, if you've played through the game, you already know that the soundtrack is killer, seriously good, and easily worthy of being in an incredible title such as this. But I want to talk more about the way that it's implemented into the game, because it's a very clever use of music. And I'm sorry in advance that I can't give you any examples of what I'm about to talk about, but YouTube, Content ID, blah blah blah. Okay, first of all, I love that the music was designed to complement the ambience in this game. So many times I've been wandering around the game world, taking in the sights, listening to the soundtrack and such, and just for a brief moment, the music will mellow out and really quieten down. What this does is allow for the ambience of the game to really seep in and take center stage. And when it happens, it's so magical. It really makes you appreciate the beauty of the world that has been created. I also enjoy how dynamic the soundtrack is. It knows when it needs to be calm and relaxing, and it knows when it needs to get you pumped up. You can be hunting less dangerous machines and the music will stay rather laid back. But if, say, a sawtooth starts approaching, the music will switch gears and let you know that you're in a dire situation. It's also never overpowering or dominating. It fits exactly where it should, and it really adds to the overall experience. Just very smart design. There's a lot more that I want to discuss when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn, so once I finish the game, I'll put my thoughts together and make a more in-depth video. But for now, I'll say that I'm very much impressed, and it's really, really hard to believe that this is Guerrilla Games' first take on the open world genre, considering how well put together it is. Like I said, I'm only 10 hours in, so who knows, maybe it will completely derail and become terrible, but I highly doubt it. In fact, I'm fairly confident that this is going to go down as one of my all-time favourites. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to say about Horizon Zero Dawn for now. If you're on the fence about it, just go pick it up and start enjoying it with the rest of the world. You won't regret it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. There's plenty more on the way. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.